We've got a nice day for softball here in Starkville, where the SEC Network is proud to present the latest renewal of this rivalry between Southern Miss and nationally ranked Mississippi State. Both teams off to great starts this year as the Golden Eagles took 4 of 5 at their own tournament, while Mississippi State swept through their event out in Waco, Texas at Baylor. Hello, everyone. Alongside Cody Blazek, I'm Will Kohlmeyer. We are so glad to have you on board with us here today. And Cody, home opener for Mississippi State. Both these teams bringing some serious momentum into this matchup. What are you looking for?
I think competitiveness. Early on, figuring out what your identity is. These early season games, wins are a big deal. You got to take what you can get. So competition and kind of figuring out who you are with the rosters you have.
Well, we talked about Mississippi State off to a great start this year. Last year, they won 39, and hitting was definitely, as you can see, one of the keys to the equation.
Just spectacular the way that Mississippi State hit last year. You look at kind of what they did home run-wise. I mean, 74 home runs, just really impressive program record. And then you look at the average as well, 314. You can't ask for much more. It's going to be tough to live up to those standards this season.
And on the flip side, Southern Miss, the Golden Eagles, they won 23 a year ago, went 10-14 in Sun Belt play, but they lost 14 players from that roster for head coach Natalie Poole.
Yeah, a very young team in Southern Miss. A lot to replace, a lot to figure out about your team, but you do have Hannah Christian, the 2025 All-Sun Belt, coming back at the top of that lineup. So hopefully to get a little rhythm, momentum, not only in future games, but early in the season as well.
Yeah, Hannah was the first freshman all-time to win that award, being all-conference. And Hannah and the rest of Southern Miss will face the right-hander, Layla Amon. What are you looking for out of Amon? She's the transfer from Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, a really special player from Middle Tennessee. You always love to see transfers early in the season get some work and get comfortable with their new team, and I think kind of what they're doing now, a lot to live up to, though. It looks to be a very deep bullpen for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you see her numbers a year ago, her earned run average just north of 3, and this will be her second appearance, her second start of the season. She went 4 innings, did not get a decision in that tournament this past weekend out in Waco, Texas. So we've set the table for you in the home opener for Mississippi State. Boy, the Bulldogs have dominated here at home under head coach Samantha Ricketts. And they're looking for more of the same, while Southern Miss winning 4 of 5. They're definitely bringing some momentum here to MSU campus. And here's Hannah Christian leading things off. Christian led the team in hitting a year ago, and she's doing just that this year. Already 7 for 19 at the plate. And away we go. First pitch, slapped down the left field line, and it just slices foul. Here's the batting order that Amon will face. We've talked about Hannah Christian there at the top. Casey Bennett, keep an eye out for the cleanup hitter, hitting at 429 already, 6 for 14 at the plate. She's got an on-base percentage of right at .530, so she is someone that they will definitely take a look at. And then right after Bennett, there's a couple freshmen in Coker and Glasgow. And there's a slap off the glove of Amon, going to be a tough play. And not going to be able to make it was Gabby Schaefer, the freshman second baseman. And so an infield single, and that's how we start today's game.
Just a little slapping off the top of the glove of Amon. Tough break early for Mississippi State. Schaefer in position, and that ball just bouncing. Not super easy to grasp. Again, very new teams out here for both sides. Obviously some returners, but trying to figure everything out.
And the Bulldogs take care of business there. That retires Madison John, but Hannah Christian now in scoring position with only 1 out.
Yeah, the one thing that they don't have to figure out for Mississippi State is kind of that third base line. Nadia Barbary coming back as a senior and just has progressed and gotten better each and every year.
All defensive team a year ago. All SEC as well. And there's a bouncer right back to Amon. She's been busy. And she will take care of Carrie Green on a one pitch. Out. And on the play, Christian now at third. So here's Casey Bennett. Talked about her earlier. Big bat in that cleanup spot for head coach Natalie Poole and the Golden Eagles. The opponents are only hitting a .182 in that start that Amon made out at Baylor. Gave up just 2 hits, 1 run in 4 innings. And, of course, Southern Miss in the Black and Gold Challenge this past weekend. They won 4 out of 5. Their only loss was to Louisiana Tech. They hit 8 sacrifice flies. Neely McManus leading the way, hitting at .455. 8 sac flies, which leads the nation.
And not a bad problem to have. I think you might prefer maybe putting it just into play, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to get the result you need.
Yeah, they did not hit a home run, but they kind of got on base, and then they kind of hit them around and kind of manufactured runs, if you will. And the big inning was a key for Southern Miss. Talking with Natalie Poole, we appreciate her time beforehand, but big innings, they had 7 different innings where they scored at least 3 runs in an inning, but they will not score here in the top of the first as Amon gets out of the jam. We'll check out the MSU batting order and tell you who they'll face in the circle when we come back. Giardina is the starting pitcher, one of many sophomores. 22 of the 28 are freshmen and sophomores on this team. This season off to a great start. One of 44 pitchers nationally with a 0.00 earned run average. And she has won both of her decisions so far. She won half of their games this past weekend in the Black and Gold Challenge.
Early on, always kind of what your goal is, and now you get a little deeper into the season. Again, still early on, but kind of already a couple of games through, and you want to keep that ERA at 0 for as long as you can.
Here's the lineup that she will face. Leading off is Morgan Stiles. Boy, she has picked up where she left off. And, of course, both Stiles and Barbary, the top 2 hitters, are both riding 8-game hitting streaks dating back to last season. In fact, Stiles is hitting .556 in those last 8 games. And we see Barbary having a great start as well last weekend. Barbary was 6 of 15 at the plate. Stiles was 7 for 14. And she's got some pop too. In fact, Samantha Ricketts has got the top 2 hitters. Both hit a pair of home runs, as did the cleanup hitter Taylor Troutman. Yara Sells, who hits 3rd, she hit 1. So a lot of pop in the top of that order.
Not a bad problem to have. Get on the board early if you can.
There's strike 3 called. Nice start for Giardina.
Number 10,
Giardina, the way you want to start this, get a strikeout, and Stiles just hesitated and gives a little bit of a help to Giardina early on.
Yeah, Giardina in that Classic this past weekend in Hattiesburg. Opponents hit just a $167 against her. And here's Nadia Barbary. Earned her first career All-SEC honors last spring. Picked up all defensive team recognition as well at third. In fact, last season, as you look at those numbers, she recorded single-season career highs in hits, homers, runs batted in, and total bases. Cody, she was just one of only 13 third basemen across the nation to post more than 12 defensive runs saved.
Yeah, it's impressive what she has been able to do, and been here since she was a freshman and just has grown under Samantha Ricketts.
Nice job by Neely McManus out at shortstop to take care of Barbary, and 2 up, 2 down for Giardina.
Number 9, Kiara Sales.
And so here's Kiara Sells trying to extend this bottom of the first. Sells hitting at 385. Last season, she hit nearly 325. Tied for first with those 11 home runs. Taylor Troutman is on deck. She'll get an at-bat here if Sells can reach. Wind blowing out to the left. It was really gusting out to right field earlier when we got to the ballpark, and now it's swirling around now to straightaway center. Popped up into short right field. Coming on and making the catch is Kinsley Gordon Sivley, and that will take care of the Bulldogs. A clean 1-2-3 inning for Kayla Giardina. More in the win column this past weekend in the Getterman Classic, knocking off Baylor, Northwestern State, Wichita State, and New Mexico. We talked about Morgan Stiles, what a weekend she had, and Peja Gould was outstanding as well. 10 innings, did not allow an earned run. She had 10 strikeouts in 10 innings, including that complete game victory against Baylor.
You got to be really happy with the way she played in the opening week and hope that it carries over.
Amon has the torch here today. Her second start, and there's a smash, but there's Barbary at third, taking care of Izzy Coker for the first out here in the top of the second. I mean, that was a BB.
It was an incredibly hard hit ball, and Nadia Barbary just does such a good job positioning herself over at third base that hardly anything can get by her. If it's getting by her on her left side, your shortstop to back her up, and if it's going to go on her right side, it's going to go foul. So, I mean, she just does a phenomenal job with where she's positioning herself, and quick reflexes, easy out for her and the Bulldogs.
I called her a vacuum last year on some of the broadcasts here at Mississippi State. It's hard to get something past Barbary, that's for sure. The senior from Douglasville, Georgia. So 1 out, nobody on for Julia Glasgow. Glasgow got the start on Sunday. She's a freshman, and she was not retired. Choked around with Natalie Poole beforehand. I'm like, talk about lobbying for some playing time. Went 3 for 3, scored a couple runs, had a couple doubles, did not drive in anybody, but what a start to her collegiate career. Troquil is on deck, and there's Barbary. A couple of assists already here in this inning, had one in the first inning, so she's been a busy bee over there at third base. 2 outs, nobody on for Troquil.
That's what you expect from your leaders, though, and has showed up to play today.
Yeah, sure has. And you've seen her all 4 years.
Yeah, I have never seen that pink glove, though. That is a bright glove over at third.
Well, you can earn it when you're all defensive team. Of course, we're all about analytics these days, and to be one of only a few third basemen in the country to post more than 12 defensive runs saved says a lot for Nadia. 2 outs, nobody on for Troquill. She's the third baseman for Southern Miss.
She was trying to go 3 for 3 in the inning.
The hat trick. Troquill, 1 for 9. In that opening weekend, did score 3 runs and drove in 3. Has started every game this year at third, and there is a strike 3 called. And a 1-2-3 inning for Amon, her second strikeout of the game. And the Bulldogs coming to the plate. No score here in the second. In Starkville, very mild day. Temperature hit 70 today here in Starkville. We got some of the firemen out there.
I pulled up not too long ago. I was so impressed with how they backed those trucks in.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I like to think I'm a good driver. I'm not sure I could back that through those cars in the parking lot.
Yeah, definitely a special skill set. This first pitch is popped up by Taylor Troutman, and not quite making the catch is Casey Bennett. She just ran out of real estate. Yeah, they did a nice job whipping that thing around. Both of them. Both of the fire trucks over the right field wall. 0-1 the count. There you see him. What a story for Taylor Troutman, huh? Out last year with the injury, with the torn ACL, and homered in her first 2 career at-bats after missing the entire season a year ago.
Storybook beginning.
Yes. Went 4 for 9 in the tournament. Bulldogs looking for their first base runner of the day against Giardina.
I think you've got to be really impressed and pleased with the way Troutman is playing too. You talk about the 2 home runs. She's batting .444, 4 hits, half of them are home runs. I mean, I think half of your hits when you're batting .444 is a good thing any day of the week.
Yeah, they had the bomb squad last year. MSU has homered in every game this season, scored 16 of its 32 runs coming in via the long ball. That's not a math major, but that's 50%, right? 16 out of 32. They scored 139 runs last year, did State, off of home runs. Right at 38% of their scoring.
Well, the long ball it's always fun. It's rewarding. It's enjoyable. Your teammates get in on it. It's fun, but sometimes you just got to go back to the basics, and a walk will always work.
Troutman coaxes that walk. Her 4th walk already this season. That's why her on-base percentage is right at .600 now. And Giardina, that's just her 3rd walk of the season in 9+ innings. So here's Bernardini, the senior, off to a slow start. 2 of 12 at the plate, hit a .167 this past weekend. Did drive in 3 runs though. Paige Ernstess is on deck. pop up in the center. No problem for Hannah Christian. And Bernardini is retired for the first out here in the second.
Bernardini just got a little too far underneath it and pops it right up to center field. If you're Mississippi State, I think you've really got to take advantage of the Troutman walk and not necessarily batter in immediately, but get her moving those bases. Get a little momentum going.
Here's Paige Ernstess. See what she did a year ago. This one's popped up. Will it stay in play? Bennett can't quite make the catch. That hit looked like just on top of the dugout. Right here on the edge of it, Cody.
I had one similar that went in the dugout, and yeah, that one just near the door.
Ernstess at the plate. She has successfully advanced a runner in 60% of her opportunities already this year. 6 of the 10 at bats. Trying to advance Troutman at first here with 1 out in a scoreless bottom of the second. Rivera is on deck for the Bulldogs. Check swing, did not commit. By the way, I did not give our umpires any love early on. The home plate umpire is Bradley Newton. Andy Roberts is at first. Daryl Sanders is at third base. And his home opener for Mississippi State, ranked number 21 in today's poll. The count is full to Ernstess. Sends a fly ball to center, and Hannah Christian has back-to-back putouts. And there's now 2 outs here in the second.
Giardina is, early on giving these Mississippi State batters just all sorts of problems. Cannot do anything. They have the 1 walk, otherwise have not been able to get on base via the hit.
First pitch swinging was Rivera. Bounces it to the second baseman, Madison John. She flipped to McManus, forces Troutman, and that ends the second. We're scoreless after 2. Coming to the plate, top of the third. Natalie in her 4th miss. Recently got an extension by athletic director Dane. 25th season overall as a D1 coach. Most of them were in Memphis. 11 seasons coaching the Tigers. Also, as you can see, coached at Georgia Southern and McNeese State. And Poole will have her 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Kinsley Gordon Sivley. It was Kinsley Gordon, married Cross Sivley, a standout pitcher on the Southern Miss baseball team. Talking to Kinsley before the game. They got married in December. Fouled straight back. In fact, Kinsley, we kind of joked around about it, but when she was a junior in high school at Myrtle High School in Northeast Mississippi, they won a state championship on this field at News Park.
Nothing like coming back to some great memories.
Yeah, she said some good karma. Felt good coming back here. Took on one of her teammates in the championship, Graham. It's kind of cool, she said, playing against her. And they getting a chance to be on the same team, and she sends one to deep left. But how about that play in center field by Abby Grace Richardson?
What a play. It was a little bit similar to what we saw last year from center field. Sarah Sacco no longer with Mississippi State, but Richardson maybe taking a play out of her book.
And folks, she never played center field before this year. She didn't even play in the fall in center field. But of course, an injury happens, and then if you're Samantha Ricketts, you got to adjust. And boy, she has taken care of business not only at the plate, but in the field as well. Abby Grace Richardson.
She put on the afterburners to get after that. That was a long way to track that ball.
One of 5 seniors for Mississippi State in that starting lineup today. Here is Neely McManus, I should say, the shortstop. Has started all 6 games. The junior hitting just north of 450. Not too far away is her hometown of Millport, Alabama. Right there on the Mississippi-Alabama state line. 2-2 the count to McManus with Hannah Christian on deck. And you see McManus hit just right around $150 last year, so she has really improved offensively. But there's a check swing and a strike 3 and a strikeout now in every inning for Amon.
You get rid of that first at bat, that first play of the game for Southern Miss and Layla Amon, and since then Amon has just torn it up.
She really has. Here's Hannah Christian, and we talked about what she's done this year, but she made all conference a year ago, the first true freshman in program history to make a first team all conference selection. Led the team in 3 different categories. There's a liner, but right to the shortstop Morgan Stiles, and a 1-2-3 inning for Layla Amon. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. We're still looking for a run. Bully and Bell are out there hanging out with the firemen as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Samantha Ricketts, 7th season as the head coach here in Starkville. Picked up career win number 200 this past weekend. 45 of her, well, now 202 wins at Mississippi State have been against ranked foes. That's like what? That's almost 25%.
Just under 25%. Really impressive. A lot of tough games, a lot of ranked matchups, but finds ways to get them done and get the victory.
Well, you certainly get a lot of opportunities. It's a league of opportunities, if you will, in the Southeastern Conference. Because you're going to face a lot of ranked teams. Just look at the rankings this week. I mean, just the SEC just dominates. Not only the top 5, I think 4 of the top 5, but in the top 20, double figures in the amount of teams ranked. Mississippi State just on the outside of the top 25 at number 21, and there is a strikeout to Abby Grace Richardson for the first out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
It's really impressive what both of the pitchers today are doing. I mean, they're just torching the batters right now. It's been incredible to watch just how successful they have been in the circle.
Here's the freshman Gabby Schaefer. Schaefer 0 for 3 at the plate so far this year. Does have a run batted in. One of 2 freshmen in the lineup today for Mississippi State. Taylor Troutman, the other. And Giardina gets ahead of yet another Bulldog hitter. Line drive, left field, and it's a one-hopper off the wall. And Gabby Schaefer's first hit as a Bulldog is a two-bagger.
Always remember your first hit, especially at home, is this one is well hit into left field, and it looks like Carrie Green just misjudged it initially, and that one soars over her and off the wall.
First hit of the game for the Bulldogs, and there's a bouncer by Stiles off the glove of Giardina. And Stiles reaches Schaefer to third, and they're at the corners with only one out.
Yeah, that's one that when you look back, if you're Giardina, you just want to let go and let the rest of your team kind of handle that. You can rely on your second baseman and Madison John just being there and making that play for you.
So give Stiles an infield hit. Here's Nadia Barbary. Bulldogs with an opportunity to score first today in this in-state rivalry that's getting renewed here in Starkville. Barbary bounced to short. McManus took care of her back in the first. Talked about the Golden Eagles leading the nation with 8 sacrifice flies. The sac fly would work here as well for MSU.
You're right. A sac fly would work, but I think if you're Mississippi State, you'd rather let kind of the floodgates open and just let everyone start getting on base and driving runs in.
Barbary this year, I know it's not much of a sample size, but she's hitting .500 with runners in scoring position.
You look at kind of the progression of Barbary's career. Freshman year bat, 236. Her sophomore year, 291. Last season, her junior year, 347. So just progresses every year.
She skies one to center, and it will be a sacrifice fly by Nadia Barbary as Schaefer scores easily, and Barbary gets the ribby, and the Bulldogs take the lead.
Team leading 7th RBI of the season for Barbary. And sometimes it doesn't matter how you score, it just matters that you do score.
Yeah, doesn't matter if it's a home run, you manufacture it. There's a fly ball to right field. Gordon Sibley has it and takes care of Sells, the right fielder counterpart for MSU. But in the inning, the sac fly by Barbary has given MSU the 1-0 lead. It's 0 for 8 against Giardina to start the game, but then Schaefer had that double with one out in the bottom of the third. A base hit on the infield by Stiles, the sac fly by Barbary, and that's why it's 1-0 MSU as USM comes to the plate here in the top of the 4th inning. Madison John will lead things off. It's the 2, 3, and 4 hitters facing Layla Amon. Amon gave up the leadoff hit to Hannah Christian, who, by the way, now has a base hit in every one of the 6 games so far this year for Southern Miss, and that's been it. John, in her first time up, had a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, since that first at-bat, Amon has been as perfect as you can practically get.
Yeah, she's retired the last 9 hitters. This one slapped to left. No problem out there for Bernardini. And there's one out here in the top of the 4th. So here's Carrie Green. She grounded back to Amon back in the first inning. Green has started all 6 games. Tied for the team lead in stolen bases. Swing and a miss. Finds herself in the hole at 0-2. Amon has been extraordinary here today. She's hit a strikeout in every inning so far, and that one is low and outside. 1-2 the count. Boy, we were so impressed with her last year. We called that game. Middle Tennessee upset Mississippi State. The Bulldogs had come off a sweep of Auburn here at home. And there's a swing and a miss. And Amon has a strikeout in all 4 innings so far.
Just continues to deal. Nice little rise ball on the outside, and no chance for Green. But you go back and talk about Amon last year. You and I got done calling that game and pretty convinced that if she wanted to be at Nessie School the next season, she would be. And sure enough, look where she is.
Well, I think we talked about it in the broadcast, Cody, that it was an audition for her, and who knew that she would be a Bulldog this year. But she definitely showed that she can compete in this league, that's for sure. 2 outs, nobody on for Casey Bennett. Bennett struck out looking to end the first, and that stranded Southern Miss's only base runner, Hannah Christian, at third.
I think what's really impressive about how Amon is doing this is pitch number 43, just doing it very consistently, doing it quickly, and isn't just wasting her arm.
No, she's been very efficient. You're exactly right. And of course, Amon is part of a pitching staff. Of course, last year we knew the centerpiece of the staff, Raylan Schaefer. Wonderful season. Playing pro now. There's a squibber back to Amon. That'll take care of Bennett. We'll talk more about this pitching staff for MSU when we come back. But we're halfway home here in Starkville, and the Bulldogs coming to the plate. They lead it by a run. Here in Starkville, Mississippi State leads the all-time series against Southern Miss, including 18-7 here in Starkville. Last year they played in Hattiesburg, and it was all Mississippi State. In fact, they run-ruled the Golden Eagles in 5 innings. But that's not really a surprise, because when you look at what Mississippi State has done under Coach Ricketts against teams from the state of Mississippi, 30-6, trying to go 31-6 here today, and they have absolutely blistered the opponents. You see how much they've outscored the teams, and they have won 3 consecutive series against Ole Miss, a program that made it to the World Series a season ago. So Samantha Ricketts and company, they take care of business in fine fashion against these in-state rivals. Very impressive. Taylor Troutman leading things off. She walked to lead off the second. Was stranded. After a couple flyouts by Bernardini and Ernstes, Rivera bounced into a fielder's choice to end the inning. Pops it up. Bennett giving chase. Ball up against the netting. Will Kohlmeyer alongside Cody Blazek up here in the booth. This broadcast being directed by Jacob Frost, produced by Bailey Pulliam and the rest of our SEC network. Glad that you're spending your Tuesday late afternoon with us for this in-state rivalry. Mississippi State trying to stay undefeated. They're 4-0 starting the day. Southern Miss, very impressive, winning 4 of the 5 in the Black and Gold Challenge last weekend down in Hattiesburg. They'll be heading to Leesburg, Florida this weekend, Southern Miss. There's a fly ball to left center field. Christian roaming to her right to make the catch. And Taylor Troutman is retired to start the bottom of the 4th.
There's not a whole lot of luck today for either team when it comes to hits. Very limited, and so far just pitchers on both sides dominating. And you even look at the outfield. The outfield has made some plays as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. And in talking with Natalie Poole before the game today, I asked her about the pitching, and she was talking about probably getting in maybe 3 different pitchers, but they were going to stay. If someone had the hot hand, they weren't going to make a change. And as you mentioned, Giardini has done a nice job here today against this Mississippi State offense, giving up just 1 run, a sac fly last inning. Bernardini, a fly out to center. This time she bounces it to short. And that is McManus taking care of her for the second out.
It's a good play from McManus as well. A lot of speed behind that ball, bouncing and able to get behind it, get her glove on it. It's not an easy play.
Not at all. Giardini, that run that the Bulldogs picked up last inning on that sac fly by Barbary, the first run that she's given up all season long. Still a very impressive earned run average of 0.60. That'll get it done. Giving up just 1 run in 11 2/3 innings so far this year. Here's Paige Ernstes. She flew out to Hannah Christian out in center field. But the story, yes, one of the main storylines, in case you're just joining us, has been the pitching. These offenses have combined for just 3 hits. Bulldogs have a pair against Giardini, and the Golden Eagles have just 1 against Amon. Fly ball to right center field. Christian touches the warning track, makes the catch, and another 1-2-3 inning for Gianardini. Four innings are in the books as we head to the top of the 5th. Layla Amon has been the story so far. Gave up a leadoff single to Hannah Christian, and since then she has retired 12 in a row. Looking for her first win of the season, first win as a Bulldog. And she has pitched very well again here today. She went 4 innings in her first start, gave up just 2 hits and an earned run. And that ERA continues to get lowered. Now at 0.88 on the year. Izzy Coker leading things off. One of the talented freshmen in the lineup. Julia Glasgow is on deck. She also a freshman. This one's fouled out of play, third base side. And then Abby Troquill. So it's the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Southern Miss against the right-handed Layla Amon. Swing and a miss. And Amon has struck out a Golden Eagle in each of the first 5 innings.
And just continues to strike out and just play unbelievable throughout this game, minus that first hitter. Just kind of drops it in towards the outside and went chasing.
So 1 strikeout in every inning so far for Amon. And here's Julia Glasgow. Bounce to Barbary at third. And this one squirted past Barbary, but it's foul. Very close. That would have definitely been extra bases for Glasgow.
Very hard hit, and you can see just how close it is. Barbary making an effort, and like we said, it's tough to get things back. Tough to get things past her. If it's going to go on that side of her, chances of it being foul are pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, she would be. How about a goalie? Can get it past in the back of the net. That could be soccer and hockey. Can't get anything past her, I know, in softball. Swing and a miss, and Amon with back-to-back Ks to start the top of the 5th. She's got 6 in the game. And it looks like we might have a pinch hitter for Abby Troquill here in the 5th inning. Jolie Hayes has picked up a bat, the sophomore left-handed hitter. Also pitches. She swings and misses at her first offering from Amon. We talked about it toward the end of last inning when Southern Miss was up about this pitching staff. Last year they relied heavily on Raylan Chafin, but this year really could have 3 workhorses, but they really don't need it. Could have a true rotation.
It's not a bad problem to have, though.
Not at all. Because when you rely on someone, like as much as they relied on Raylan, now granted she didn't have many bad outings, but when she has an off day. There's a fly ball to deep left center field. That's going to be a one-hopper off the wall. And how about that pinch hitting performance? Jolie Hayes trying to fire up her teammates.
That's one they needed. Needed to get something going. Amon had really just been shutting them down, and hits this one deep center field. Just perfect timing and over the head of, I believe, Keller. And a great play for Southern Miss. You talked about the wind earlier. That's one where you wish that breeze would have been blowing.
And you're right, that is Keller out there in center field. Abby Grace Richardson started.
Richardson moved to right field, it looks like, and Sells is in left.
There's a bouncer. Nice out. A bang-bang play at first, and the throw by Stiles is not in time. And so an infield hit for Kinsley Gordon-Sivley. And they're at the corners with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Ball took a little bit of time to get to Stiles, and Stiles gets it out as quick as she can. Just Gordon Sivley able to beat the throw at first.
There you see Kinsley Gordon. Now Kinsley Gordon Sibley. Yeah, she's always had great wheels. Beats out the infield single, and here is the force at second as McManus bounces into the fielder's choice, and Southern Miss leaves 2 on base. Park, home opener for Mississippi State. Bulldogs trying to stay undefeated. Southern Miss nearly tied this game up in the top half of this frame. Jolie Hayes, a pinch hit double, and then an infield single by Kinsley Gordon Sibley, but Amon was able to coax Neely McManus to bounce into a fielder's choice, and that ends the threat for Southern Miss.
I'm sure that if you're Mississippi State, you would have preferred to not allow so many base runners and such a threat, but found a way to deal with it.
There she goes, and it's off the scoreboard. Des Rivera with the big fly to left, and it's 2-0 MSU.
That's an absolute bomb of a hit. First home run for her this season. I mean, just knocks it to the scoreboard. It was an absolute no-doubter. What a great hit from Rivera.
Yeah, and you can celebrate. Why not? Rivera, known for her defense, but she shows that she can hit with the best of them as well, and that is, nope, it's gonna take care of Giardini here today. We're gonna have a new pitcher for Southern Miss, Madeline Graham. So Graham comes in to replace Giardini, who outside of that one mistake there to Rivera pitched really well today.
Yes, had a really good outing, and listen, through 5 innings, I think only allowing the 2 runs, and especially considering the last run was a home run, I think you're in a really good position.
So Graham, the freshman from Stringer, we talked about it earlier that Kinsley Gordon Sibley won a state title here when she was in high school at Myrtle High School, and she took on Madeline Graham and Stringer. And now they're teammates, which Kinsley thought that was pretty cool. And so now Graham will come in as Giardini goes 4+ innings, gives up the 2 runs on 3 hits.
Number 19, Anna Carter.
So here's Anna Carter, the senior catcher. She will pinch hit. The score sheet is getting messy, Cody. It's Carter, 3 for 6 starting her career. They've been kind of alternating starts, Rivera and Carter. Out of Athens, Alabama. She's the transfer from Southern Illinois. Former Saluki, now Bulldog. Look at the year she had last year, just south of 400. Gabby Schaefer is scheduled to hit next. Had OPS over 1,100. That home run by Rivera starting out this inning, just the 3rd hit of the game for MSU. Both teams have 3 hits. Bulldogs have the key number, though, leading by 2. So Natalie Poole, whose first game this season was her 150th at Southern Miss, has the freshman Madeline Graham, and she was telling me beforehand that Graham would come in to replace Giardini when she sensed a momentum shift. And Rivera's home run did just that. This is a fly ball to center field. Christian drifting back to nearly the wall. Anna Carter gave it a ride, but not quite enough. Boy, if the wind was blowing out to center like it was earlier, that would have been a home run as well.
Yeah, needed just a little bit of help hitting to the deepest part of the field and wasn't able to get it, but it feels these last couple of batters between Rivera and Carter taking some chances, trying to put that ball deeper into play, or really deeper out of play, but trying to go long.
Graham in 4 1/3 innings so far this year has yet to allow a run. She's given up just 2 hits. She has a win in her only decision. Schaefer had that double with 1 out in the 3rd, and that was the catalyst in scoring the first run of the game for MSU, as Stiles followed with an infield single and Barbary had the sacrifice fly. And that's why we were 1-0 until just a few minutes ago when Rivera dialed long distance over the left field wall to make it 2-0. That double by Schaefer, her first hit as a Bulldog. The leadoff hitter, Morgan Stiles, is on deck. Foul ball stays alive. Stiles extended her hitting streak dating back to last season to 9 in a row. Barbary has an 8-game winning streak dating back to last season. She's 0 for 1 here today with a sacrifice fly.
Great job, Gabby, great job.
McManus to her left takes care of Gabby Schaefer for the second out here in the 5th.
And McManus has had a couple of plays just like that, very similar at least. Those fast ground balls coming right at her. Have to adjust just a hair and make the throw in time. Has done a very good job of executing that play.
Madeline Graham in the circle. Her dad, Heath, played football and baseball at Stringer High School. Was part of Stringer's three-peat in both football and baseball in the early 90s. He's a good friend of mine, Marty Wyndham, who helps out in the Southern Miss broadcast. There is a grounder to McManus. She gets a couple of assists, this time to take care of Stiles. But the big swing was by Des Rivera. She led off the bottom of the 5th, and she put this one in orbit.
An absolute just bomb to left field, and Mississippi State had the lead, able to double it. Bulldogs up 2-0.
Layla Amon put on a show as her day is done. She goes 5 innings, gave up just 3 hits, no runs. She struck out 6.
Yeah, really impressive from Layla Amon in her first game in News Park. I think you got exactly what you wanted from her. No runs allowed, 5 innings. She had the rough start out of the gate and then really progressed into it. Did a good job for the Bulldogs as they're going to look in another direction.
Yeah, lefty this time. As the new pitcher is Alyssa Faircloth, the lefty, a junior, a transfer from Troy. She had quite a season a year ago for the Troy Trojans, which, by the way, their baseball team will be heading to the Mississippi State campus next Tuesday. 2-1 the count. There you see the numbers last year, what I was talking about with Faircloth. ERA under 3, 150 strikeouts in just over 153 innings. So strikeout per inning ratio for this lefty. Long and lean, huh?
Yeah. We
They
were
got
just
some
talking
height.
about Mississippi State is some major height in the circle. Layla Amon being listed at 5'11", Alyssa Faircloth being listed at 6 foot. I mean, they could be playing basketball. I mean, a lot of height in that circle in the bullpen.
No doubt about that. And a strikeout for Faircloth on Hannah Christian. And here's Madison Johnson. So Johnson, who had a sacrifice bunt in the first, flew out to left in her only plate appearance in the fourth. Johnson trying to get something started against Faircloth. And with these three pitchers, can you imagine Gould, Faircloth, and Amon under pitching coach Taryn Mowat McKinney? I mean, the Bulldogs have thrown 44 complete games in the last 2 seasons. State total just 28 over 3 seasons before Ricketts hired Mowat McKinney.
I think the word you're looking for is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive what she's done. Really, I mean, you look at the pitchers the past couple of years, just the progression under Taryn Mowat McKinney and what she was able to do and how she was able to develop pitchers into they came in as good pitchers. They turned into great players.
Yes.
So really impressive what she has done.
Yeah, she coached state pitchers to 4 national weekly honors. Before Taryn came to Starkville, MSU had just 1 pitcher bring home a nationally weekly honor. That was Allison Owen back in 2013. Here's Madison Johnson trying to stay alive, the left-handed hitting second baseman. And a terrific at-bat by Johnson to coax the walk. And the tying run will come to the plate against Faircloth with Carrie Green. Green is over there by the dugout where we have a pinch hitter here. And it looks like we will. Carly Tubbs has picked up a bat, a freshman outfielder. So Carrie Green was 0 for 2 today with a ground out back to the circle and a strikeout swinging. And so here's Carly Tubbs. Tubbs this year with just 1 at-bat. So Natalie Poole playing a hunch here. Going with Tubbs, the freshman from Brandon, right outside the capital city here in Mississippi.
She used a pinch hitter a couple of innings ago, and it paid off.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little gamble. See if it works out this time.
Yeah, Jolie Hayes had that pinch hit double last inning. It's when the Golden Eagles had their best chance. They actually had the only time that they had 2 base runners on at the same time. Base runners have been a premium today. There's a pop-up on the right side by Tubbs, and making the catch is Gabby Schaefer for the second out. And 2 outs with Madison Johnson at first. And here's the cleanup hitter, Casey Bennett, who is 0 for 2. She was 0 for 2 against Amon, struck out looking in the first, and then bounced one back to Amon in the fourth. Faircloth with a 2-0 count. 3-0 the count. Alyssa Faircloth, she rescues kittens off the street, keeps them as pets. Fly ball, right field, and coming in and making the catch is Rich, which takes care of Bennett and the Golden Eagles. Bulldogs looking for some insurance in the bottom of the 6th. Samantha Ricketts, last week over in Waco, Texas, picked up her 200th career win here at Mississippi State. She starts today with 202 wins, and boy, talk about some good company. Ricketts hitting 200 wins, the 6th fastest among all sports, all time here at Mississippi State. Vic Schaefer, to no surprise, the fastest. Ron Polk and Andy Jackson, baseball and men's tennis. That is a who's who when it comes to Mississippi State coaching legends. Getting it done, and she's hoping for 203 here today. Barbary will lead things off against Madeline Graham. Barbary 0 for 1 officially. Did have that sacrifice fly in the 3rd to plate Schaefer for, at that time, the first run of the game and the only run until Rivera's home run to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Barbary trying to extend that hitting streak to 9 games, trying to match what Styles did earlier in this one. Line drive, foul. Tell you what, though, when you talk about that list of Mississippi State coaches all time, let's look at it again. You see Lemonis and Rick Stansbury just ahead of Samantha. You got Duty Noble right on her heels. A couple softball coaches here, 9 and 10. Just amazing what Samantha Ricketts has done.
An absolute ton of wins, but you look at line number 2, that career record getting into 4 digits. That is absolutely insane.
Oh, Ron Polk. He's in a league of his own, folks. Not only winning, but just as a person itself. And there's a base hit for Nadia Barbary, and that extends that hitting streak now to 9 games, dating back to last season. And the Bulldogs looking to add some late inning insurance. And there's Samantha Ricketts talking with our home plate umpire. Looks like we might have another change.
Number 5, Alice Supan.
Got a pinch runner, Ali Supan.
And I think if you're head coach Samantha Ricketts in Mississippi State, you're looking to get on base here quite a bit in these last couple of innings just to improve a little bit.
There's a base hit to right by Sells. Kiara Sells.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yes.
Getting on base, to my point, I mean, after that one, batting .263 as a team, coming into it batting .318, so not hitting the way you're used to, but trying to get back into the groove of it. Just really a bullet off the bat from Sells.
So the Oppo hit by Kiara Sells. And this is Taylor Troutman with a opposite field hit herself, and the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. So Barbary is, I should say, Supan is at third. Sells is at second. And Troutman at first, although looks like we got a pinch runner. Yes, Tatum Silva is pinch running for Troutman.
You got it.
And it looks like we might have a pitching change. Natalie Poole. Looks like Graham, her day, Madeline Graham's day is done.
Oh, I was trying to talk about how kind of want to improve that average, get it back to where you were. You're not hitting how you have been these first 4 games of the season. Came into this inning as a team batting .216. They have raised it to 300, so getting on base, and it's all about the long game. Got to be patient, and the Bulldogs finally able to have their way and get the bases loaded.
So Olivia Christian, the sophomore from the Birmingham area, Hoover, Alabama. She could play some hoops as well, 5'10". And she will face Keller. Tough situation for Olivia Christian. So Giardini goes 4+, Graham goes 1+, and Olivia Christian, you see what she did last year. Tough situation to come in with the bases loaded and nobody out. And Kinley Keller coming to the plate, her first at-bat of the day.
Number 33, Kinley Keller.
And the infield is in. Trying to get that force at the plate to keep it at 2-0.
Get the freshman and Keller with her first at-bat this season, and then you get Paige Ernstis, who can hit the long ball quite well as we saw last season, and then Rivera, who already has hit the long ball in this one.
Yeah, it's setting up perfectly for Mississippi State. Trying to make the top of the 7th not as dramatic. There's a bouncer to McManus. She goes to third for a force there, but it's an RBI ground fielder's choice for Kinley Keller. Give her the ribby as Ali Supan will score. Sells is forced at third, and Silva now the pinch runner at second. So it's now 3-0 with Paige Ernstis coming to the plate. She's 0 for 2, both fly balls to the center fielder, Hannah Christian. Pop straight up. And making the catch is Troquill for the second out.
And I think right now, if you're Olivia Christian, you're okay with that one run with bases loaded, considering you've got 2 outs now. You had the sacrifice and then a little pop fly here, just 1 to go.
Here's Rivera, who hit that home run her last time up off the scoreboard in left field. Southern Miss is scheduled to have Coker, Glasgow, and Troquill coming to the plate. And if any of those reach, we'll see Kinsley Gordon Sibley in the top of the 7th. But first, Olivia Christian needs to get out of this jam here in the bottom of the 6th. Rivera with other ideas, and she sends one to deep left field, and it's off the wall. It's going to be extra bases for Rivera. As Silva scores, Keller scores and a 2-run double by Rivera, and she has come up big time here today at the plate.
Yeah, from the second that ball left the bat all the way until it hitting the wall, I thought it had a real chance of getting out of here, giving Rivera her second home run of the day. Instead, she's still going to get a 2 RBI double, and I mean just smokes this to center field over the head of Hannah Christian.
Yeah, she just missed that one, Cody. It was high and deep, but not quite deep enough, but it's a 2-run double. And the Bulldogs have plated 3 here in the bottom of the 6th and now have stretched this thing out to 5-0. With Richardson at the plate, Abby Grace Richardson. Anna Carter pinch hit for her last time. She's 0 for 1 today. Had that strikeout back in the 3rd. We talked about what a utility person that Richardson is. Abby Grace playing a lot of different positions. Never played center field until this past weekend. And well, she made a big play early on in this one to take extra base as away from, I think it was Kinsley Gordon. Sivley. There's a line drive to right field, snagged. And that will take care of Richardson and the Bulldogs. But 3 more runs. And Mississippi State 3 outs away from going 5-0 on the year. In case you're just joining us, let me bring you up to speed. You see Mississippi State scored a run in the bottom of the 3rd on a Barbary sac fly. They made it 2-0 on Rivera's solo blast to lead off the bottom of the 5th. But those 3 runs last inning really gives Mississippi State that cushion going into the top of the 7th.
Yeah, it gives you a lot more comfortability and a lot of that to thank from Rivera, accounting for 3 RBIs in this game. I mean, big reason why Mississippi State has the lead and has it comfortably.
Yeah, Rivera has been a hitting star, known for her defense, but boy, I'll tell you what, she has come up big here at the plate. Here's Izzy Coker leading things off against Fairclough. There's a strike called. Giardina, who had been lights out all season long, had a 5-inning complete game shutout in the season opener against SEMO. Her other 2 appearances were in relief. And she pitched well here today, gave up just the Barbary sac fly until Rivera hit that solo home run. Those are the first 2 runs that Giardina had given up all season long. This one couldn't quite get corralled by the catcher Rivera. 1-2 the count to Coker. Southern Miss, in their 3 games on Friday and Saturday, hit .435 with runners on base. They haven't been able to do that today. There's a strikeout on Coker to start this top of the 7th.
It is ridiculous what Alyssa Fairclough has done through 12 1/3 inning work this season. 23 strikeouts. I mean, that is unbelievable. To the 3 walks that she has thrown, I mean, just unreal the amount of strikeouts she has accumulated.
Well, she likes to go hunting, and I tell you what, she can hunt for some strikeouts when she's in the circle, can't she? That's an incredible.
No, I mean, unreal. She's got 2 strikeouts today through 4 outs.
She's majoring in kinesiology, one of 6 Bulldogs majoring in kinesiology, so she's got something between the ears as well. Not an easy major here at Mississippi State, a very popular one. There's a swing and a miss. Boy, she's changing speeds. Julia Glasgow trying to get on base. Southern Miss needs to get 4 base runners on before the tying run comes to the plate. That's why that 3-run bottom of the 6th was so huge. And there's another strikeout for Faircloth. Now has 3 in an inning and 2/3.
Just a great pitch, putting it inside of the box. It's gonna. If you're a Mississippi State Bulldog fan, from the first handful of games that she has appeared in, you might have some fun watching her.
I think that is a correct statement, my friend. She has been dominant. Of course, I say that, and then she rolls one to Rivera. Here's Paris Ferguson pinch hitting for Troquil here in the top of the 7th. Southern Miss down to its final out. And we haven't even talked about Peja Gould, who pitched a gem in the season opener at Baylor. We'll be back here Friday, though, for a couple games. Murray State and Rutgers, those will be our next broadcast, SEC Network Plus broadcast, so you'll be able to watch them on your ESPN app. Part of the Snowman, the Alex Wilcox Memorial. We'll probably see Gould on that day, one of the 2 games. 2-1 the count to Ferguson. And the Golden Eagles down to their final strike.
And like you said, we have not seen Gould in person yet, but I think it'll be fun, hopefully by the end of Friday, to have seen the 3 in Amon, Faircloth, and Gould and how they go.
And Faircloth strikes out the side, and the Bulldogs improve to 5-0 on the season. What was the difference here today, Cody?
I think the pitching from Mississippi State, the combo of Layla Amon and then Alyssa Faircloth to close out this one, really gave some troubles to Southern Miss to get on base. They had some luck early on and here and there, but once Mississippi State calmed down, they were able to get hitting while their pitchers were keeping Southern Miss off the bases.
And Samantha Ricketts now 31-6 against teams from Mississippi during her time as the head coach here at Mississippi State. And with that, we will put a bow on our broadcast from News Park. So for Cody Blazik and our outstanding crew, led by our director Jacob Frost, our producer Bailey Pulliam, I'm Will Kohlmeyer saying so long from Starkville. Once again, the final score is Mississippi State staying undefeated on the year, winning 5-0 over Southern Miss. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. We thank you for watching.